So in the past, we've seen horror movies with third installments that are actually really terrible, but then we've seen third horror movie installments that are actually pretty good. So where does this land?
I know what you came here to do. Now bust it open, let me see you get loose. It's going down for real. It's going down for real. It's going down for real.
Insidious Chapter 3. Directed by Lee Winnell, Insidious Chapter 3 is the third installment in this Insidious franchise, and in this time around, it's a prequel. The film follows a young teenage girl played by Stephanie Scott, who just wants to speak to her dead mother and reach out to her. She tries doing this with the help of Lin Shaye's character, who is also in the first two. But once you're trying to talk to one spirit, all of them can hear you. So, when they try talking to the dead mother, another demon attempts to possess the girl, and that's our movie. Now, going into this, I was not excited whatsoever. It just looked like a total cash grab, and it was a divergent off of the Insidious franchise. And then the reviews started coming out, and they were actually really good. And while it didn't get me more excited for the film itself, it made me go see it in theaters. And how was it? Well, let's find out. Now, in all honesty, I do not understand why this movie is getting good reviews, because Insidious Chapter 3 is simply a movie that is not scary. I mean, I will admit that there were a few moments where I did feel some tension in the scenes, but all that tension builds up to something that's really just wasted when there's just a loud sound, a loud sound to go along with something that can be taken scary from one viewer, like the demon face in the Insidious films, or from another viewer like myself. It could be taken as more or less not that scary, and that's how I really just felt about this film. And although it's not a scary movie, Insidious Chapter 3 is certainly an alright film. First of all, the performances are actually surprisingly good. Stephanie Scott actually gives a good performance, and you can feel for her character, and you just feel like you're connected to this performance and this character, and it's just overall really good. Dermot Mulroney is the father in this movie, and he also gives a really good performance. I mean, towards like the last 20-30 minutes of the movie, he looks like he just does not care about it whatsoever, but for the most part, he's actually pretty good. By far, though, the best performance in this film is Lin Shaye, who was the old lady in both the first and the second. She's still here. God bless her soul. I mean, seriously, she has gone through this series, and even in this one, and she has always given great performances, but I feel like this one, we were able to see more of her character fleshed out, since a lot of the scenes of her were comprised of just her being, alone, and I think, like, we got some character depth in the film, so I really did like that about her character. The film does also have its cool moments. The best part of this movie is by far the last 20-30 minutes, because none of the characters, like, really are taking it seriously at the very end, and it's not scary, but it just is really cool, and I like that they're not really taking the film that seriously, and I just think that overall worked. But like I said earlier, the problem with this film is that it is not scary to me personally. Now, it might be scary to other people because the demon imagery has, admittedly, it'd probably scare me if I haven't seen a lot of the other movies with demons. So, yeah, but, I found myself really bored for a vast majority of the film, and also the editing is really straight. The transitions, like, from one scene to another will be good at first, and then it'll kind of just, like, be really lackluster and just, like, So, yeah, but overall, though, if you're a teenager looking for a good scare, I'd say see it, because I saw this with my friends, and they were scared. But if you are a fan of horror movies, this isn't really anything new for the genre. So, yeah. In the end, I'm going to give Insidious Chapter 3 a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Thank you guys so much for watching. All my links will be in the description, as always, and until my next review, I'm Random Mr. 401, and I will see you all later.